helps them with the stress of what they're dealing with in class, right? Like in the other classes. So some of the students talk about like how they make connections now with like what we're doing in our class with how that applies to their life in school, not just outside of school, but like how do they deal with the stresses that they have academically.
When I was in high school, I didn't have access to any of this. I feel like I learned this in college, and it was very briefly. And I think students suffer from depression, stress, and they don't know how to cope with it. So this curriculum has really helped me personally just learn about myself, learn and grow from things that I didn't overcome as a child and as an adult I'm dealing with right now. But it's helping me so much learn things that I didn't even know how to use, how to like understand my mind, and it's very awesome that I get to learn this as an adult along with my students.
It teaches students a way to communicate their feelings, communicate their thoughts, a way for them to share what they're going through. Because what I've noticed in the past is students, they try to act hard, try to act tough. They try to feel like, oh, I shouldn't discuss how I'm feeling. I shouldn't discuss what I'm going through. You know, that's not cool. That's being soft. And what I've seen with the curriculum is getting students to understand that it's okay to be uncomfortable. It's okay to open up. It's okay to share your feelings. And another thing is teaching students how to communicate that. Because students, they can show their love and support, but it can be in a brutal way, like, oh, you're messing up, you're stupid, blah, blah, blah. But when in reality, they're saying like, oh, you can do so much better, I believe in you. And I've had those talks with some students, and what I've seen with the curriculum is it helps give students those sentence frames. It helps students give that sort of mindset like, oh, I'm also human just like this person. I'm also going through similar things as this person. It helps them build empathy, helps them understand that just because they live in a certain neighborhood, certain situations in their life that are hard, doesn't mean it has to be hard. They can be there for each other.
They hone and learn the skills to be able to openly share these tough, traumatic experiences that they would probably never even talk about with their own parents. And so what that does is that it creates a safe space where everyone feels comfortable sharing all of their experiences with one another, and rather than seeing themselves as colleagues, they start becoming family members. It becomes an intimate space where anything is allowed to be shared, given that it's respectful and that it's done with positive intent. And what I've noticed as a result of that is that even some of my toughest students have been more empathetic towards their peers. There used to be a lot of bullying at the beginning of my advisory last year, where if one kid showed up with a pair of sneakers that were in brand, they were immediately made fun of. If their pants were ripped, they were made fun of for being poor. Ever since that curriculum was implemented, those same students are now being more uplifting to one another. They give each other compliments, they say hi cheerfully to one another, and whenever one of their classmates is struggling in front of the classroom to share or give a presentation, they encourage them to do well.
Teachers are all constantly talking about how the curriculum actually has brought some more connectedness. Within their advisory class, like there are students actually stepping up and talking more than they normally do and taking on leadership roles while they're actually implementing the curriculum. Our students come in with a lot of trauma, so we definitely need a social and emotional learning curriculum along with a way for students to actually set out their purpose and set goals for what they want to do post-high school. So then they actually have motivation to be in school and to actually excel and exceed in order to meet their goals.
My boys were struggling, and they were struggling a little bit in school and just had low motivation. I didn't really see them maybe putting goals in front of them, or just really maybe being able to speak a little bit more in public, or sometimes they were very negative, and they were going through an actual difficult time at the moment with the loss of their father a couple of years ago, and for them to actually be able to open up in public and to share that with an audience and to get closure on that, I feel like you can't really learn that in school. No teacher's going to teach you about if you're feeling depressed, or if you're being bullied, or if you are having a rough time at home, how to overcome some of those challenges.